The Renault 4 E-Tech has officially landed, and it has some serious heritage to live up to. This is not just any new electric crossover. It follows in the footsteps of the wildly successful Renault 5 and carries the weight of reviving the spirit of the original Renault 4, a car that sold more than 8 million units worldwide over a span of more than 40 years. That is not just a number. It is a slice of automotive history and French identity. So now the task is to blend that no-nonsense charm with today's expectations for a practical, tech-savvy electric vehicle. On paper, Renault seems to be on the right track. The new Renault 4 E-Tech uses the same platform and powertrain as the Renault 5, but it stretches things out a bit with a longer wheelbase. It comes in at around 4.14 meters in length, which makes it roughly 12 centimeters longer than its sibling. There is no hybrid version. This is a 100% electric model through and through. The car is powered by a 52 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion nickel-manganese cobalt battery. Official range estimates sit between 241 and 247 miles based on the worldwide harmonized light vehicle test procedure cycle. The actual figure depends on which trim and wheel size you go for. Renault is also offering a smaller 40 kilowatt-hour lithium iron phosphate battery in Europe, which is planned for the Renault 5, but it is not coming to the United Kingdom. That is a missed opportunity for urban drivers who want shorter range electric vehicles that are more affordable and environmentally friendly. Charging speeds are solid. The Renault 4 supports rapid charging up to 100 kilowatts, which can bring the battery from 10 to 80% in around 35 to 40 minutes. A nice bonus is that all versions come with vehicle-to-load functionality as standard. You can use the car's battery to power things like a kettle or a laptop, perfect for a camping trip or a picnic in the countryside. Cold weather driving is supported by a standard heat pump, which boosts efficiency when the temperature drops. During testing in warmer weather, the car managed around 240 miles on a single charge. On faster motorway drives, that range will likely fall to somewhere around 200 miles. In everyday real-world usage, you can expect a range between 160 and 240 miles, depending on how and where you drive. Practicality is a strong point. The Renault 4 has a boot that offers 420 liters of space, including a useful 55-liter underfloor compartment for storing cables. Unless you go for the Harman Kardon sound system, which takes up that space. The loading lip is low, and the boot opening is nice and wide, which makes it great for larger or bulky items. It is more usable than the boots in rivals like the Fiat 600e or Jeep Avenger, though the Ford Puma Gen E still has the edge in overall capacity. There is no front trunk though, which is a bit of a letdown. Rear seat space is a bit of a mixed bag. Average height adults can sit comfortably, but taller passengers might feel cramped because there is no space to slide your feet under the front seats. There is no center armrest either, but 2 USB-C ports are available to keep your passengers' devices charged. One thing to watch for: the roofline near the rear doors is quite low, which makes it easy to bump your head when getting in or out. The rear seating is acceptable for a compact electric crossover, but it does not quite match what you get in a Citroen EC3 Aircross or Ford Puma Gen E. If you are carrying tall passengers or bulky child seats, you should definitely test the back seats in person before buying. Up front though, things are much more impressive. The cabin has a cheerful vibe and feels thoughtfully designed. The seats are comfortable and come with electric lumbar support, which was a big help on a longer journey. The dashboard is similar to the one in the Renault 5, with lots of charming details like the 4 logos in the storage bins, recycled materials on most trims, and splashes of color throughout. It is far more engaging than the interiors in the MG4 or Vauxhall Mokka-e. When it comes to technology, the Renault 4 really delivers. Every version includes a 10.1-inch central touchscreen with built-in Google Maps, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. You get physical climate control knobs, thankfully, and an easy way to dim the screen using buttons located just above the display. It is a small feature that makes a big difference during nighttime driving. Entry-level models come with a 7-inch digital driver display, while higher trims upgrade that to a 10-inch version. It is clear, sharp, and easy to use. One small gripe is the overly loud turn signal click, which feels a bit out of place. Also, the gear selector is mounted on the steering column and sits a bit too close to the indicator stalk, which might take some getting used to. As with the Renault 5, there will be multiple customization options. Expect a wide variety of exterior colors, interior trims, wheel styles, and even a line of 3D printed accessories. Currently, the Renault 4 is front-wheel drive only and uses a 148 horsepower electric motor. It feels punchy and responsive with well-balanced controls, good pedal feel, and a nicely tuned throttle. The handling is composed, especially for a car of this size, and there is even a sport mode if you want a bit more excitement. The ride quality is firm, but not uncomfortable. It is not quite as soft as the Citroen EC3 Aircross, but it is definitely more fun to drive. A new regenerative braking system adds another layer of control. Mid-spec models and above include paddle shifters on the steering wheel, which let you switch between 3 levels of regeneration, including a 1-pedal driving mode. This is a fantastic addition for city driving, and the way Renault has tuned it feels very natural. It is similar in feel to what you find on Hyundai and Kia electric vehicles, which is high praise. Pricing is expected to start around £27,000 and go up to about £32,000 depending on the trim level. That puts it in line with key rivals in the small electric crossover segment. Based on Renault's track record, resale values should also hold up well. Exact equipment lists for the United Kingdom are not confirmed yet, but it is expected to follow the Renault 5 trim structure. That means even base models should get 18-inch alloy wheels and a reversing camera. The mid-tier Techno trim adds the cool illuminated front grille and adaptive cruise control. If you want features like heated seats, a heated steering wheel, and blind spot detection, you will need to step up to the top-tier Iconic trim. The standard warranty covers 3 years or 60,000 miles for the vehicle, and 8 years or 100,000 miles for the battery. Some rivals like Kia and Hyundai offer longer coverage, but Renault's offering is still competitive. Charging at home should be affordable. On a typical domestic rate, a full charge will cost about £13, and switching to a lower-cost energy plan could cut that cost in half. At the end of the day, the Renault 4 E-Tech hits a very attractive balance between functionality, charm, and fun. It is not quite as eye-catching as the Renault 5, but it is arguably more practical for families. It is well priced, decently equipped, and enjoyable to drive. Just give us heated seats as an affordable option on the mid-tier trim. Renault, you know it makes sense. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest electric vehicle reviews and updates.